everybody.
Hi.
Hello everybody, my name is Nadia, and I am going to be talking about how Zeekers is really good at sound design. So, first off, who the hell is this guy? First, well, he's a furry. He's an indie game developer who formerly made Roblox games but moved off the platform because the updates kept breaking his games.
Yeah.
And I think what makes his stuff special is he creates horror games with these comedic aspects, which can range from very dark humor, like his game Dead Cedar, and horror with some jokes, It Steals, to spooky comedy like The Upturned, which is a platformer I would definitely recommend. Today we're covering It Steals and his most famous game, Lethal Company.
Crazy.
And all of these games tend to be full of hidden details and things to unpack. There's mystery developed by not giving the player all the information. In fact, It Steals has like pretty much zero lore that we know of.
It just is.
Just is. We're gonna first talk about It Steals. Now you may be wondering, based on the title, what does it steal? The answer is I don't know. I don't think anybody knows. It Steals is an arcade-style horror game. You collect orbs around a maze, and a monster is chasing you. Basically, kind of Pac-Man, but first person, which has been done before, but I think this is like one of the best iterations of that concept. And there are 5 different game modes that we'll talk about later. The monster in each game mode behaves differently, so you have to know how it works. Learning the patterns is crucial to winning because so much of the gameplay focuses on the monster's programming. There are a lot of little secrets hidden under a generally very minimalist aesthetic, and the lore, meanwhile, is almost entirely up to player speculation. There's like a loading screen tip that says they abandoned the old labyrinth, and I'm not sure that there's much else. And makes theorists go crazy. There's a ton of details to this game that I can't cover in such a short presentation, but here's like a sample of what it's like.
It's stealing.
Behind you. There's nobody behind me. Just making sure.
Oh shit, come to What is this? Oh.
I don't think so.
Oh, he found me. Now he's gonna start busting through the walls. I gotta go as fast as I can.
So there's one behind us.
Oh my!
You get them charging at me. I see you. You getting pissed?
Okay, so that's a general look at how It Steals works. One of the things I like about this game is all the little ways in which it like messes with your brain, like the behind you message displayed on the screen and stuff like that. And like the monster just running in to do a little fake out damage on you without actually chasing you. There's 5 game modes to It Steals. Every game mode has different rules, different ambiance, and some parts of the sound design and music are different from mode to mode. There's classic mode. It's the very first one that you just get thrown into right from starting up the game. You have a flashlight that deters the monster, and every few times it finds you, you're prompted to run from it until it's calmed again. Shutter mode is like that, but with a camera that has limited battery. And it's much faster than it is in classic mode, and you must repeatedly stop it with your camera flash before it goes away. Third mode is hide and seek. It has a completely different monster. You can switch your flashlight off and you can crouch. There's a monster that will hide somewhere in the map. You have to go from finding it, you have to find it or otherwise it will get bored. And once you found it, you have to hide from it, and it'll probably find you, and you get to run away. Fourth mode is living halls. It's like the maze shifts because there are monsters that disguise themselves as walls, and you have a radar gauntlet that tells you where they are and how long you have left before you must hide from them in a vault. I know it's a little bit hard to picture without the in-game footage, but bear with me. There's also the last mode, the Phantom. It has an invisible blind monster and a maze that's littered with random furniture and boxes. So the only way to detect if it's nearby is the Phantom throwing furniture around as it moves around. And you also have a limited holding your breath mechanic. So if it shows up in your area, you have to stay still and hold your breath until it's gone. There's a lot more finer details to these, and there's also hard versions of the first 3 modes that you unlock after beating each of them. Now we're going to talk about the sound of this creature. One thing that I think is interesting is that the title screen ambiance varies by game mode. There's a different ambient track for each of the 5 game modes if you have them selected, and it gives a decent idea of what it's about, I think. There's also some in-game environment sounds. The maze has ceiling fans in some places that make noise. It's kind of a weird industrial complex almost. Also, your objectives, orbs, and vaults from the Living Walls game mode, they make sounds to let you know their location. And they also glow, so you can find them easier. And then, there's a wrench thrown in the works about that, because in classic mode and shutter mode, this is legs, and it can disguise itself as an orb. If you found enough orbs, it will have blue glowing eyes instead of red and make orb noises. So that's another point of the psychological messing with your brain type of part of the game. Look at that face. The monsters make noises too, and it gives them personality that I really appreciate. Legs, from the previous slide, makes the greatest variety of sounds. Sometimes it'll approach the player and breathe heavily. It sometimes fakes out the player, which will kind of a red swipe will appear on your screen, and then it'll run away and make a chuckling sound. It growls when you are presented with the prompts to run from it, while it gives you a head start for a couple seconds. And in both of the both classic and shutter, if you take too long in either of those modes, you get a limited number of times you can run from it before it will stop caring about the flashlight or camera. And if you do that, it makes this noise while chasing you.
When you're across soccer, dance mom, Meyer pickup has you covered. One stop without the
That fucking sound. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It makes that sound. Also, in the harder version of classic, it makes these weird crying noises while chasing you, which I think is kind of disturbing. It's why is it crying? I don't get it. This is the monster from the hide and seek mode. It screeches when it finds you and is it gonna be an ad every time? I
We'll
hope not.
find out.
That's the noise it makes when you find it. No, when it finds you, rather. And then it'll laugh hysterically while searching for you, this distorted laugh noise. And for the ending cutscene of that mode, you're forced to approach it from behind, and it does this. You don't usually hear that much of it. I think it gets cut off early.
Such a beautiful voice.
Yeah. And the living walls, which you'll see in a later slide, look like spiders. So, and they also make a kind of a animalistic roar when they attack. Also, the invisible phantom will make this kind of electronic screech while chasing the player. I like that all these monsters have different sounds. Like it distinguishes them from each other very well, even though they like all kind of look the same because they sort of are all designed to blend in with the game background in a way. Wow, that's a crusty picture. And each monster gets their own chase theme, which is really interesting. So we got 5 chase themes for the 5 modes. This is the one for classic mode. It's a good introductory chase theme. I don't even know what this picture is, by the way. It's like, it's not part of the game. It looks edited. Or like fan art or something. Yeah. For shutter mode, while legs runs faster, you get a faster and more intense variant. Yeah. That's the loop of it. Hide and seek monsters theme is like really nuts. You get this thing.
Join Planet Monsters and send down $15 a month. No
What the hell
commitment.
is the
Deal
mute
ends
button?
Friday, April
Yeah,
10th.
don't worry about it.
Get an ad blocker.
I can't, this is a school computer. I like how the videos are less loud than the ads.
Right.
It's like, it makes them feel underwhelming by comparison. Damn you, Microsoft. You at least got the picture, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You got this thing. This is for the wall monsters. Like
It seems accurate.
yeah, it's all spidery.
Yeah.
I have no other word to say to describe it other than spidery.
It's a good word.
Yeah. They're all just pretty short loops.
Mm-hmm.
We also have, the Phantom has 2 chase themes because in its mode you can really only run from it twice before you're like out of means to stop it. So there's a less intense and a more intense version. I like that this says it performs a penny pitch.
This is fire. That was fire.
So yeah, it's like the monster sounds are kind of part of that chase in a way. It's just like running around screaming and throwing furniture. Look at this fan art from the Steam community page. So It Steals also has at least one little bit of comedy. At the end of shutter mode, where you have the camera, you're shown a slideshow of all the pictures you took of the monster. And it plays this stupid little tune. Here's my recreation of it on Sibelius because I couldn't find it on YouTube anymore.
That's great.
It's so
Sunshine and rainbows.
yes. And there's also a hard mode version of this too, where it's like increasingly distorted for the harder version of shutter mode. And here it is in context with Markiplier.
I win! Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
how
wow.
cute.
Oh, look at that. I get to keep the memories. Oh.
So
Very,
yeah,
very accurate transcription.
it's so good.
That was perfect.
Now we're gonna talk about Lethal Company, which I think is like, it's like a 50-50 blend of horror and comedy.
Yeah.
It's like kind of gallows humor at some times. So this part of the presentation is not up to date because the game keeps getting updated and another update came out recently. My work is never done. I will never be able to cover every monster in the game. So, if you've been living under a rock, Lethal Company is a multiplayer horror comedy game in a used future sci-fi setting, which means like humanity is like already expanded across the stars and left behind a bunch of moon colonies and abandoned them. You and up to 3 other idiots go to work for the company. You fly in your spaceship to the abandoned moon colonies. You go inside their like buildings, you pick up trash, and you bring it back to headquarters to be recycled. Ignore the part about feeding it to a creature. There is no creature. There's definitely not a creature. There are about 100 different ways to die on any given mission, and someone will inevitably do something stupid and get themselves or you or everyone killed. But if you survive and bring in the scrap, you advance to a new round of scrap gathering with a higher profit quota, and the cycle keeps going until you all die. And this game outsold Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and spawned a whole new genre of multiplayer horror with similar goals and progression, which I call lethal likes. Repo is another one that's got popular.
Yes.
Ah. Okay. So we're going to talk about ambiance first, like we did with the previous game. There's a lot of ambient soundtracks that'll just sort of like randomly play on kind of a detuned, distorted piano. It's like I think it's like when you're outside that this will happen. It's a little bit like Minecraft's music, and then it'll suddenly start at random times with like a large space between. There's a few different ones, then I'll just...
Wawa's $6 meal deal is back. Sandwich, drink, and chips, all for just $6. Spring, the unofficial new year for Tool
This one's
People.
skippable.
New jobs, new projects. Celebrate your new year with quality tool.
Pretty.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically stuff like this. Another thing I like about the sound design that's like frequently overlooked is the in-game voice chat system. Proximity chat is all the rage in multiplayer games these days, as you might know. It creates immersion via reverb, pan, and muffling, as opposed to like just talking to each other on Discord while you play the game. Players cannot hear each other if they're too far away, which is a very crucial part of this. To like, especially if you're by yourself and nobody's around you, it adds to that feeling of isolation and the horror really kicks in. I watched a good video essay about that. Also, the dead players get a separate voice chat. Well, they get to watch the people who are still alive fumble around. Also, players inside the building can't hear players outside the building. Players outside the building can't hear players inside the building. So if somebody is talking and you leave the building, the other person's gonna get cut off in your audio, which results in stuff like this. Also, there's a spider in this video, so be warned.
Let me just fill this in there. There we go. Time to go. Time to go.
Why?
What?
It's so quiet.
I swear there's like some other perfectly cut Scream clip that I found online of
There's so
Lethal
many
Company,
such
but
cases.
I couldn't find it for this presentation. But
Many such cases.
yes, it's perfect. Yeah. So there's also creepier ambient noises. So the game secretly tracks a sanity value for every player, and if you get insane enough, you start having auditory hallucinations that play for you. And there's a helpful compilation. No, that's not the link. What's the link?
And there's only one thing left to do.
It just keeps
The
going.
winner survived.
Skip. That's not.
162.
So some of it's like auditory hallucination, some of it's like meant to straddle the line between. It's like, did I really hear that type of thing?
Ooh.
Oh,
that's crazy.
yeah, so they're like tailored to their environment too.
Neat. I hate that. Aw.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's a lot of them. I didn't figure out which the coolest ones were yet, but also there's an item that you can pick up as scrap called the old phone, and it will normally not do much, but if you're near the company building, you will hear screaming on the other end of the old phone if you hold it, and that's also referred to in the secret journal entries from a previous crew that are scattered around the maps. All of this leads to the fact that there's definitely something not right with the company, as if it wasn't already unethical enough. By the way, in case I haven't introduced these monsters to you, this is a coil head. It works with Weeping Angel mechanics. And this is a bracken. It kind of works like an Enderman, basically. If you stare at it for too long, it will get angry and attack. Okay. So there are a lot of danger indicators in this game, a lot of audio cues that are really useful to hear and to be able to recognize to know what's going on around you and how screwed you are. So, as well as the insanity meter, the game also tracks a fear value for each player, and it plays an audio cue if the fear value is at a certain level, which includes at moments like spotting a dead body or being attacked by monsters and stuff like that. This is one of the paranoia sounds. There's like 3 different ones. You can like, yeah. For a while when I was watching people play this game, I was wondering what the heck that exactly meant until I noticed enough times that it happened under those circumstances. And
Since I've never actually played this game, I thought people were just editing that in. I didn't realize it was actually a part of the game.
It is part of the game.
That's crazy.
So there's other stuff like, well, I guess the sounds themselves aren't that interesting, but obviously you get turrets, landmines, and spike traps, and each of these has like a noise to let you know where it is. Because obviously those are also deadly.
Mhm.
This is a jester. If you see one, it's very bad news. It does this little wind-up thing. It's like a crazy version of Pop Goes the Weasel, where it keeps speeding up and layering over itself. And obviously, it's like a limited time before it starts chasing you.
$10 for a large, $10 for
Stop.
any 3 toppings, $10 for your choice of hot
Stop
crust,
it.
only at Pizza Hut.
So yeah, that's how it works. I'm having you listen to the whole thing because the progression is good.
Sounds good.
She's just chilling out.
It's kind of good. No, actually.
Stand right up.
Oh god.
Once it starts running after you, it also has the very loud footsteps, which is good because that means that everybody in like a pretty wide radius is gonna hear that and be like, shit, I need to get the hell out of here. Another monster that like sort of telegraphs its attack with noise is the more recently added Butler. It only attacks a player who is alone. So there's a specific ambiance it plays when you're alone with it, and it'll let you know this is bad. Yeah. It's very spooky. Yeah, that's somebody's modded footage of the game where they replaced the music, the Pop Goes the Weasel, with the whistles means. I've also seen it's being done with Freebird, which was also funny.
That's crazy.
Okay,
Oh.
so we got more, yeah, more monsters that'll signal their presence somehow with like footsteps and different noises. Yeah. You got a worm about yay big around. If it's about to burst through the ground, it's one of the outside monsters. If it's about to burst through the ground, it'll make these noises and like the ground will start shaking. And that's how you know you need to get to a place outside of the radius of where it's going to be. Other monster movement noises. You saw the bunker spider in the perfectly cut scream clip. It makes these like really quick footsteps that sound like something's scuttling around, but they're louder and bassier to convey its size, which I think that's honestly kind of an underappreciated thing, because like there are no spiders that big in real life, so people who make sounds in video games had to get creative for footstep noises for their giant spider enemies. And the coil head, which works like a weeping angel, you'll hear really fast footsteps, and then if you spin around to look at it, it'll suddenly stop and it makes a spring noise while its neck wobbles back and forth. Yeah, there's quite a motley crew of monsters in this game. This is a nutcracker. It was added in a holiday update and it has stayed since then.
I love it. And it has a gun.
It has a gun.
Oh, I didn't even
Get
see
the
the
gun.
gun.
Best update.
You can get the gun if you kill it.
Oh, you really?
Yes.
And
Still
while
need ammo
it's-
for it though.
While it's aggravated, or like when it sees you, it plays this sound. It's like most unhinged army tune you've ever heard.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh,
more monsters. This is the same thing, by the way.
oh baby.
Yeah.
Oh god,
Here's
the
the
big
little-
guy.
Yeah, and now look at the big baby. Here are some of my favorite sounds that disturb me personally. So this is the noise of a forest keeper, which is like this giant tree creature, eating you because it'll pick you up and shove you into its mouth. And it's not even doing that out of malice. According to the monster bestiary, they just kind of act like giant toddlers, and so just like any baby, they will put things in their mouth. Where's my person? There it is. It makes this noise, which I find kind of sickening. Yeah.
Oh, the gulp.
Yeah, the gulp is.
Messed up.
More butler. If it chases you, it does this like, I don't know what this is. It's like some kind of music-ish. I don't know what it's trying to emulate. Probably some kind of like old movie soundtrack.
Music-ish.
You want to put all this into this box and give it to people
Music-
for how little?
Shut up.
Absolutely.
Shut up.
I see what you're reading.
It's funny.
It's truly almost music.
Yeah.
It's like some like 30s horror stuff.
Yeah, kind of.
That's so interesting.
I kind of like this guy though. He's kind
Looks
of
like a blobfish.
funny looking. He looks like a blobfish.
I want to squeeze
Yeah.
the neck folds. Just like
Where is his neck?
tug on them.
Also, also while he's like randomly roaming the complex, he will sweep the floor with the broom. As long as you're not like one person alone with him, then you'll be fine.
I see.
It's like, I'm pretty sure it's based off of the whole "the butler did it" trope in murder mysteries.
Absolutely.
So he's like supposed to be kind of a strategic killer. Next we have the broadcasts from the old birds, which are these giant mech robot things that I'm pretty sure are supposed to have been war machines at one point. So the broadcasts they make are like, when they are after you, are like supposed to be unsettling in different ways. One of them involves like a dog's barking and whimpering, another one is like a baby crying and stuff like that.
Who's banging with their swords to record?
Fucking stabbing me.
Scream.
Has a microphone. Scream.
Right.
Pushing down on the soft spot.
And then there's this.
Hey.
Plastic Sal.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it.
People like radio, 1970s radio.
See, I don't like that one. That one's like the most jarring.
Yeah, it's like there's so many like weird details in Lethal Company that it's like very fun to theorize about, in my opinion. This is the man-eater. You pick him up and he's a little baby, and you have to like keep him happy by like not going too far away from him, rocking him in your arms, but not rocking him too much, and you can't take him outside. If he gets too upset, he turns into that.
Is there anything that stops you from just throwing him down one of the pits?
There is nothing stopping you from doing that.
A century in cutting, now in a molar.
All manners.
So low poly.
What a guy.
Oh, just baby still.
Oh. Ah.
Oh. He's like a baby.
Oh.
Yeah. I
So
felt
beautiful. That was a life cycle.
Yep.
That was.
No longer just a
We've
baby.
witnessed the life cycle of the May.
It's a blue dude with scissors.
Oh, the blue dude with scissors. That's called the barber? I don't know what the hell it is. But it'll like,
It's a barber food.
it'll like sort of advance towards you with the scissors, and it makes like this weird brass warp when it moves. It does like warp,
Oh, I see.
that type of thing. Also, one of my favorites, the masked. These are basically the standard mimic type of monster. They're like fake players, basically. Also, you can find a mask scrap item, and if you hold it to your face for too long, or if you get killed by a mask, you become one of them. So here's stuff they do. That's the transformation process. That's when it attacks you. Yeah.
Taco Bell.
Yeah. So that thing pukes blood on you to attack you, which is, or like, rather turn you into one of itself, which is like, kind of, it's very disgusting. Now we're on to the funny part, which means this presentation will be over soon, thankfully. It was fun subjecting you to all these noises, but I mean, I don't want to run over and pull a Michael.
Nah, you're not pulling a Michael. Let it be known.
So the intro speech from when you start a round of the game, or like when you start a new run, is pretty well memed on. Where'd it go? Nope.
No.
There it is.
Welcome to your first day on the job. This is your very own autopilot ship, where you will eat and sleep for the duration of your contract. Make yourself at home. To complete the onboarding process, you will want to check the instruction manual and sign into your ship's computer terminal. We trust you will be a great asset to the company. Great asset to the company. Great asset to the company.
That's great. We've also got the boombox item right there, which has 5 different tracks. Also, there's like a slime enemy that you can basically make friendly by holding the boombox near it. Some of these, they're like sort of hip hop, 80s synth pop and disco and funk music, and there's one track that's particularly goofy. I don't know why it exists, but I do believe it sounds like something you'd find in a YouTube video titled Goofy Ab Beat.
True.
Yeah.
True.
There's also a ship decoration you can buy that's a disco ball, and it plays this music, which is like just overly simplified version of disco / funk music.
When I used to think about taxes, I would just cringe. I used to use the CPA.
This is the person who made this track. Two of the tracks in the game, this and one of the boombox tracks, were commissioned by Zeekers from this musician. And I just wanted to point that out because I don't think that's as common knowledge as it should be. Okay, now we get to the fun part. I'm gonna teach you the Lethal Company dance. This is an emote from the game.
Yeah, let's do it.
If you want to, you can get up in front of the camera.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
Yay.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Is this recorded?
It is recorded.
Alright, the dance.
The dance.
Okay.
So, okay. Put your hands out in front like this. Right, left, right, left.
Oh, wait. Right, left, right. Alright.
Oh, and fists up, down, down. So you just alternate that. And you bounce along to the beat.
Okay, okay.
Alright.
Okay.
I'm ready to
Dance.
What happens?
Oh, I see it now.
I see.
Yeah.
I'll face the camera and do it.
We love the company.
Is this from the game?
Yes, this is an emote from the game.
Well, yeah, with the music too.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is one of the boombox tracks.
I see.
This is the other piece of music that was commissioned from that part.
I'm like
Zuba!
We're getting exercise. Yeah. And that has been my presentation about Lethal Company sounds.